Lawn care friends, what is going on? Andrew Bowman with Bowman's Pro Turf. Time for our weekly video. Really excited. It is early spring. We have started our season a few weeks ago now. First application with the Crabgrass pre-emergent is being spread as I speak. Our team is out on lawns right now, getting a head start of our 2020 lawn care season. So we're really excited about being on the lawns again. Really excited to have all of our team members back. They're really pumped up, ready to go. Looking forward to a great growing season. So I'm sitting here. This is some of our landscaping, taking advantage of a little bit nicer weather this afternoon before the guys start to head back to kind of clean up some of our landscaping. This is our wonderful birch tree right here, and every time like a butterfly flies by it and flaps its wings, it drops about 37 branches. So I'm in the process of cleaning that up out of the lawn and landscape. And if you look closely, I don't know if you can see it or not, we have our tulips. They are starting to come up already now. Really excited about that. That's how we know spring is just around the corner. Our tulips provide us a plethora of color in our landscape. They're a real easy bulbed plant for us to have put in several years ago. This will be the third season with our tulips, so I'm really excited to see them come up. Each year they kind of multiply and we get a few more each time. I think this season I'm going to dig them up and start dividing them out, maybe spread them to other parts of our landscaping. And it's just a really fun project that I get to do. So I wanted to talk about what we have going on and why it's important for you. You might be thinking, Andrew, it's a little early to be applying Crabgrass pre-emergent. And you're not necessarily wrong, but there's a couple things that you need to know if you want to have the best season for your lawn this year. So I want to talk about why we start our season when we do, what products are available for you to use on the market, get a little into the science about the products, the different active ingredient names, and we'll go from there and see what else we can come up in our fun video today. So in our last video, I talked about how we were getting our season started with the first round applications with the Crabgrass pre-emergent. So I wanted to take a little bit of time in this video and explain the differences between the herbicides and the Crabgrass pre-emergent, some of the words that you might see on the products that are available in the store, and talk about some things that you need to consider when making not just a Crabgrass pre-emergent application, but any type of herbicide application. So we are here in front of my extremely scientific, very well thought out, very easy to read whiteboard of turf science. Put a lot of work into this. And so there's a couple things you need to think about when selecting a herbicide for your particular need in your lawn or landscape or whatever. So first thing, is it a pre-emergent or is it a post-emergent herbicide? So that means pre-emergent, we talked about this in the last video, right? Pre-emergent is a herbicide that you put down before the weed germinates, before the weed is present, to hopefully take care of that weed and preventing it from actually getting established. Post-emergent herbicide, the opposite. You spray that after the weed has germinated. Post-emergent, that's what a post-emergent herbicide is. Is it a selective or a non-selective herbicide? So make sure you understand the difference between a selective and a non-selective herbicide. Selective herbicide will only kill and attack select weeds. That's why it's a selective herbicide. You need to know your grass type. What type of grass do you have in your lawn? Is it a fescue? Is it Kentucky bluegrass? Is it a ryegrass? Is it a warm season grass like Bermuda or zoysia grass? Some herbicides will have restrictions on their labels where you will read and it will say do not apply to zoysia grass or Bermuda grass, or don't apply to Kentucky bluegrass. So you need to make sure you really know what type of turf grass you have in your lawn when picking the herbicide that you're going to be using, because if you pick the wrong herbicide, you're going to have some nasty effects. And the last thing, proper weed identification. Sometimes we'll get a phone call, we'll go out to a customer's property and they'll say, hey, I have crabgrass in my lawn. We'll get out there and it's not crabgrass at all. Typically what we found in lawn care is if somebody doesn't know what the name of a weed is, they just call it crabgrass. So everything is crabgrass to some people, even when it's not even close to being crabgrass. So make sure you properly identify what type of weed you're trying to kill in your lawn. There's a couple good resources out there. We really like the Purdue Plant Doctor, and then they have a Turf Doctor as well, where you can enter in what part of the country you live in, what time of year it is, what the weed looks like, how many leaves it has, what color is it, it, and it will narrow it down fairly quick on what type of weed it is. So that's a really good resource. It's like $1.99 on the App Store, and we have it on all of our tablets, and it comes in handy all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna do some fancy editing. We're gonna cut this video into 2 parts. So this was part 1, where we talk about things you need to understand about selecting a herbicide, about what type of turf grass you have, what type of weed you have in your lawn, how the herbicide works, all that fun stuff. The next video, we're gonna jump right into more talk about crabgrass, the different type of active ingredients for crabgrass control. So be sure to come back next week. Every Tuesday we put out a new video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little notification button so you know when these videos get uploaded. Usually I have them released about 8 o'clock in the morning every Tuesday. So make sure you're back next week. We're gonna go into the science of crabgrass herbicide control. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.